Now we're going to be looking at rural roads and driving quite progressively with them, but safely, and we're going to break our corners into 3 phases. Phase 1, speed and gear before you enter the corner. Phase 2, the manoeuvre itself, manoeuvring around, and Phase 3, accelerating away. Rural roads account for 57% of fatalities in the UK, the last stats I got, and in single vehicle accidents it's even higher than that, basically where the driver's just lost control, no other road users involved. So what we're going to do, we're here driving from Clipston back to Market Harbour. It's about 3 miles, quite bendy, and we're just going to drive and commentate as we go along. The thing to do is to brake on the straight, because when you brake on the straight, the weight is going onto 2 tyres evenly, and it's where you brake into corners where the car gets destabilised. So we can come in quite progressively, think where the point of the turn of the corner is. I'm checking my mirrors, see what's behind me, and here I'm slowing it down now, taking it to 3rd gear, speed and gear, do the steer, and then accelerate out the other way. That's easing off into the corner as we come out the other side, checking my mirrors, and then accelerating out the other side. So it opens up here so we can move on a little bit, make progress where we can, always scanning around looking for any potential hazards, on any gates open. Always be careful of modern roads that's been taken out by the tractors from the farm there. So especially around here, the soil is quite clay based, and when it gets wet it gets quite slippery, so be a little bit careful of that. Easing off over the brow, got another corner up here. There we go, a big hair across there, wow. Checking my mirrors, just bring it back to 5th gear, do the steer and accelerate out. So I'm slowing down at a point where I can see around the corner. Now this is a 2-way road. I'm going to be turning now into a single track road. Got my speed down for 40. Be really careful of junctions on corners here, because I have to slow right down until I can see round that corner. And what we don't do is cut the corner and pull out in front of something. Now, unsuitable for heavy goods vehicles, lots of potholes down here. Now this is a single track road. Basically, my golden rule of driving is stopping the distance you can see ahead, and when we've got a single track road, we're going to make sure we can stop in half the distance we're looking ahead. Let's keep an eye on that van, making sure it's not doing a U-ey, where he's just stopping there by the farm, checking my mirrors all around again, and accelerate away. Now on the straight, there's no problem of going fast, stopping the distance you can see ahead, well, stopping half the distance, because we can stop way down there. So on a dead straight road like this, higher speeds, no problem with single track roads. Obviously just being a little bit cautious of farm gates, but when we come to the corners here, we have to slow down. Now this is going to be a lot slower than you could physically drive around this corner, but I'm doing it at a distance I can stop in half the distance. Stopping half the distance, if a car comes the other way, we've got both stopping time before you make contact with each other. Training your brain to stop in half the distance you can see ahead takes a little bit of time, and when you do have a car come around a corner, you realise how quickly something is closing in, because even at 60 miles an hour you're travelling at around 25-26 metres a second. That is not a lot of time. So here, this corner here, I'm slowing it right down, braking on the straight, speed and gear. Now this is a lot slower than if it was a wider road. Hold it around there, wait till it opens up, and then we can move it away. Again, looking across there, looking across the corners, getting as much observation as possible, accelerating away, looking up for pedestrians there, so I'm just checking my mirrors. I'm giving a nice wide berth there. If necessary, I might give a signal just to show I've cottoned onto that person. It gives them reassurance as well. So I'm just going to go around this corner. Again, slowing on the straight, easing off. I don't know what's around this corner. I could physically go faster than this, but my line only opened there, so we slowed it right down, of course. So we're just going through this village here. This is Great Oxenden. You see, they were going too fast up that hill. I was already committed and they came around the corner at me. So we're going to stagger it across here. I'm not sure signal's much benefit here. Just creep out, creep out, creep out. Now the signal's a benefit. There we go, that. So warning, there's a single track road. Knock my mirror there. So national speed limit, away we go. And again, it's a single track road with passing spaces. We can be more cautious as we come up the brow of the hill, stopping half the distance I can see ahead. Every time I move away, I'm just looking around. So I'm getting to a position I kind of know what's around this car at all times. I'm not just waiting for a hazard to check my mirrors. I want to know what's around the car at all times. I'm just holding it back there. You'll see how quickly that car came. It's stationary. If the car's coming that way, it's going to be right upon you. So on the corners, you've really got to slow it down. I could obviously be driving so much quicker than this if it's like a rally and there's nothing on the road, but I've got to be aware that things can fill this space very quickly. Okay, got a nice line of sight there. So on the straight, we can get a move on. Just holding it back to the car. There could be someone with a dog around, so I have to be a little bit more cautious than normal if that car wasn't there. So we've got passing spaces here. It's worthwhile remembering when you've gone past one, you could be reversing to one. Holding it back, wait for my line of sight. There we go, I'm going to stay here. There's no benefit going down there. So I've just got the passing space. I took that in there. As you can see, not quite enough room. 2 cars through there. The camera angle makes it look bigger than it actually is as well. So avoid these potholes. That's a big boy, that one. Just holding it back. Now I've got my line of sight, so I can accelerate. Next hazard, next corners. I'm taking these corners one at a time, dealing with each one, dealing with one hazard, with a hazard routine, always checking around me, looking ahead, make progress to the next corner. Again, just checking my mirrors, slowing it down. Still single track road, still stopping half the distance we can see ahead. Again, when we get to the corners, just going to hold it back. It opens up, then we can put some pace in. Again, just slowing it down. See ahead. So we're filling the space with a car, and when the space is closing in, we slow it down and thinking about anyone that will be coming this way. Always braking on the straight, get the speed and gear for the steer, and then move away. And here we go. This is Braybrook. I like this road because it gives us an opportunity of putting some speed down. It's very sweeping corners and lots of hills to deal with and hidden dips. And I remember this road because this was the first road I filmed with my new 360 camera. We took it down here and it was a huge storm developing, and Rebecca was getting experience of driving solo after her motorcycle test. Slowing down for the brow. Now you saw there that brow of a hill. All it takes is for someone going too fast and overtaking a cycle coming up the hill, and you could be facing yourself face to face with a car on your side of the road. So when you got those dips and hills, treat them a little bit like corners. You would see a roof of a car before you see the tyres of the car, so you can give it a little bit more distance than you would coming into a corner. And also you haven't really got the lateral effect as well, but still it's a hazard and you do need to change your driving. You just can't keep on ploughing along your lane. You need to adapt your speed accordingly depending on the severity of the crown of the hill. So coming into this village, this is Little Bowden, slowing it down, braking on the straight, speed and gear, slow down so you can see around the corner, and just coming into a 20 zone. Now on a sharp corner like this, if you had a large lorry, its trailer could be dragged on your side of the road, or a bus or a large coach or something like that. So when it is tight like this and slightly narrower, stop treating it like a two-way road and treat it then like a single track road, and still be able to stop in half the distance that you can see ahead. So here, if it's a big lorry again, it will be sweeping into my road, so I'm treating it. I could physically go around here a lot faster than this, but the what if is, what if there's a trailer lorry, it's going to be on your side of the road, swinging around, treating it like a single track road. Even in these villages here, this is Little Bowden, very tight little roads, blind corners. Look at this one here, not really enough room. It narrows in as well, so only enough room. I'm coming around at this sort of speed. Even that person appeared very quickly. See how quickly cars come around here. Again, if it's a bigger vehicle, a larger van, such as this, it's going to take up more than one space. So they're going to go for it. So you just got to squeeze through there. Not a lot of space there. They should have really held back.